right, Kate, let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana. So legs could be cross-legged. I provided a Spotify playlist. If you wanted to play some music during our flow today, you're more than welcome to tune into that playlist. Yeah, so thank you for joining me today. I'm not sure, Kate, if you came to my other classes, but this is now Power Yoga. We wanted to brand this class, so it was a little bit more in line with Andrea's class and the class offering that we have. So it is definitely a very heavy vinyasa class, so we're gonna get a good workout in. So this is week 5 of me teaching this virtual yoga series. And so we have been journeying through the 8-limbed path of yoga. And so the first of the 8 limbs is called the yamas. And the yamas are self-restraints or ethical behaviors that yogis try to live by as they journey through their yogic path. And so we are on the 5th yama as week 5. And so the 5th yama we're going to be exploring today is called aparigraha. And aparigraha, the direct translation means non-hoarding, non-possessiveness, and non-attachment. And so at the deepest level, aparigraha teaches us not just hoarding material things or being attached to baggage, but really being attached to the outcome and wanting to focus on just the results and not the journey. So as they say, it's all about the journey, not the destination. So whatever it is in your life in this moment, in wherever you are in your journey, I welcome you to think about how we can be more present instead of focusing on the result and kind of reigniting that passion and that learning and that excitement around why we started in the first place. So with that in mind, trusting the process, let's go ahead and meet in child's pose. Child's pose, you can be, heels are together, your knees can be together or at your mat width distance. So let's go ahead and meet in child's pose. Extending the arms forward through the fingertips, resting the forehead on the ground. And connecting with your breath. Bringing awareness to how your body feels right now in this moment. Just you and the mat. I invite you to practice this mantra today. I am exactly where I need to be. I believe in divine alignment. I am better than I realize. And then slowly making your way now into a tabletop position. Shoulders are stacked right above the wrists. Hips are stacked on top of the knees. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chest, gaze up. And exhale, curving the spine, cat pose, chin to chest. Again, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, gaze up. And exhale, cat pose, curving the spine. Go ahead and sway your hips. Loop the spine, bring some warmth into the backside of the body. And then we'll slowly move over into a modified side plank on the left side. So shifting your weight onto your left hand and onto your left knee. Right arm reaches up and over past the head. Extending through the fingertips and the toes on the floor. Nice side body stretch. Another inhale, lengthening through. And exhale, back down to tabletop position. Next side, shifting the weight on the right hand and the right knee. Left arm comes up and over. Reaching. Inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. And exhale, back down to tabletop position. We're now going to move into puppy pose. So shifting your knees a few inches back. Extending your arms forward through the fingertips and shifting your hips back towards the heels. Belly rests on the thigh, forehead rests on the mat. Underarm stretch. And just breathe. Alrighty, now shifting into puppy to downward facing dog, pedaling out the heels. All right, in downward facing dog, we're gonna go ahead and just do some alignment here. So making sure you're checking in with the feet, hip width distance, arms are extended in front of you, fingers are spread wide, gripping and pressing up against the mat. Your tailbone is reaching towards the ceiling. Inhale, lifting the heels, piking that hip a little higher. And exhale, drawing the heels down while keeping that hip as high as you can. Checking in with the shoulders, making sure that they're up and away from the ears. Creases in the front sides of the arms are externally rotating towards the front of the mat. Inhale, moving into plank position. Go ahead and bob up and down, firing up that belly. And then now we're going to draw the hips towards the mat, coming into an upward facing dog, but with the toes tucked, floating dog. So again, alignment here, making sure that your shoulders are stacked above those wrists and your shoulders are away from those ears. And then we're going to do some glute activation. Inhale, bend the right knee, heel reaches for the ceiling. Yeah, and exhale, back down. Left side, inhale, left leg bends, heel towards the ceiling, and back down. We're going to do that 2 times on each side. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling, bending at the knee, and exhale, back down. Inhale, left leg bends, reaching with that heel, and back down. One more time on each side. Inhale, right foot up, reaching for the ceiling. And exhale, back down. Last time, inhale, left leg lifts towards the ceiling, bending at the knee, and back down. Beautiful. Coming back into a plank position. Inhale, plank. And exhale, bring it all the way down. Slow push up towards the mat. Head rests on the mat. Taking a breather here. On our next inhale, we're going to lift the chest, baby cobra, bhujangasana. Strengthen the backside of the body, lengthening through the crown of the head. The feet, the tops of the feet are pressing up against the mat. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more. And exhale, forehead back down to the mat. On your next inhale, come into a Sphinx pose. So your forearms are going to replace where your hands are, the elbows. And coming up nice and tall. Bringing awareness to your spine, making sure it feels good for you. And exhale, bring it back down. Resting the forehead to the ground, hands frame the shoulders. And then in one line, we'll make our way back into a push-up position, plank position. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Keeping that left knee off the ground, right arm comes up for an easy twist towards the ceiling. And exhale, back down to the ground. That back leg that's lifted is now going to come a little bit closer for a shorter stance, coming into pyramid pose, making sure that your toes are pointed forward and your hips are squared, drawing that right hip back, left hip forward. And bring it back to a low lunge, left foot goes back a bit. Back knee now comes down to the mat. Untuck the toes, coming into a hip flexor stretch. Inhale, extend the arms towards the ceiling. Lengthening through the crown, hugging the midline, making sure your legs are nice and strong, reaching. And exhale, sinking deep into that front knee. Hip flexor stretch on the left side. You should feel a nice sensation there and opening it up. And now framing the feet. Step back into plank position. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Right hand is your base. Easy twist, left arm comes up towards the ceiling. And breathe. And exhale, bring that left hand down to frame the foot. Back foot now comes into a shorter stance, pyramid pose. Again, making sure that your toes are facing forward. Your hips are nice and square, drawing that left hip crease back with that right hip crease forward. And forward fold into the front of the leg. And then the right foot now comes back down, dropping the back knee, untuck the right toe. Inhale, extend the arms up, reaching, sitting up nice and tall, hugging the midline through the legs. And exhale, sinking into that front knee in front of you. Beautiful. Frame that front foot. Stepping back into a plank position. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, we're going to raise the right leg up again. Bending at the knee, open up the hip. Start to draw some O's with that knee. Clockwise, counterclockwise, shake it out. And then inhale, three-legged dog, right leg lifts, squaring those hips. And exhale, right leg comes to meet the left, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts this time. Open up the hip, bend the knee, draw some O's with that knee. And inhale, finding stillness back into three-legged dog, squaring those hips. And exhale, back down to downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out those feet one last time. Finding stillness in downward facing dog. All right, now we're going to tiptoe those feet to meet our hands, coming into a ragdoll pose. Ragdoll's very passive. Deep bend in those knees, resting the belly on the thighs, hugging those elbows, dropping the head down, shaking it yes, no. And then slowly, with a deep bend in those knees, roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae, chin to chest, head comes up last. Inhale, extend the arms wide, reach up, root to rise, Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, baby back bend, cactus those arms. And inhale, back up, Tadasana. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, nice and gooey, slowing it down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift the weight past the fingertips. Exhale, chaturanga, 90 degrees in those elbows, right up against the ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Power through the tops of the feet. Thighs come up the mat. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, look up at the top of your mat. Exhale, jump feet to hands. Inhale, extending the arms, reach up, rise up, Tadasana. Exhale, back bend, cactus those arms. Inhale back up, Tadasana. Now we're going to go into some side body stretches here. So you're now in Tadasana mountain pose. We're going to hook the thumbs together and then inhale, reaching up, lengthening through the spine, and exhale, dropping towards the right side. Making sure you're grounding through that left hip crease and the left foot. Inhale, back up center. And exhale, dropping over to the left side. Long through the side body. And inhale, back up. Beautiful. From here, Tadasana. Again, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Swan dive or hands through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, going through our Sunday one more time. Inhale, look up at the top of your mat. Exhale, feet to hands, jump or float. Inhale, extending the arms wide, reaching towards the ceiling, Tadasana. And exhale, chair plane, sinking the sit bones back. Arms extend behind you. A little bit of alignment here in chair pose. So if you start to notice your tailbone peeling up towards the ceiling, really making sure you're drawing that pelvis in, engaging those abdominals, lengthening through the tail of the bone, through the crown of the head, and then arms sweep back. Inhale. Exhale. Can you sink those sit bones a little deeper? Inhale, arms come up, standard chair. Staying here a little longer. Finding your alignment, bringing awareness into the belly, drawing the ribs in. Inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, let it all go. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Inhale, shifting the weight forward past the fingertips. Exhale, 90-degree bend, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, going into our sun B. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose. Hanging out right here, knee to nose. Really making sure you find cat in your back. Bending the curve. And really trying to get your nose closer to your knee. Shifting your knee now over to the right elbow. Over to the left. Over to the right. Over to the left. One more time, over to the right. Over to the left. All right, bring it back up. Woo, shake it out. Three-legged dog. Inhale, squaring the hips. And exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. All right, some alignment notes here in crescent lunge. So right in crescent lunge, we have our hips are squared. The toes are pointing forward along with that knee in the same line, making sure that that knee doesn't go past those toes, right along those ankles. The back side of that back leg is fired up through the heel. Your arms are extending upwards. And of course, a slight tuck of that pelvis and engaging your ribs towards you. All right, inhale, lengthen again in crescent, strong legs. And exhale, baby back bend. Cactus those arms. And inhale, back up. Crescent lunge. And exhale, pivot that back foot, coming into warrior two on the right side. So a couple notes here in warrior two. The knife edge of your back foot is parallel to the back mat or slightly turned in. You got your toes pointing forward, making sure that that knee is in that line. The knee likes to start to buckle inwards, really draw energetically towards that toe. Arms are extended wide, parallel to the earth. Loop those shoulders up and down. And the gaze comes towards that middle finger in front of you. And breathe. Breathing in warrior two. On your next inhale, we're going to flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. Right arm comes up and over. Still maintain the integrity in that deep bend in that front leg. Left hand could be resting on the shin or in a half bind. Nice side body stretch on the right. And exhale. Right elbow comes onto that front knee. Left arm comes over, side angle. Left arm could also be in a half bind or into a full bind. Inhale, back to reversing your warrior. Strong bend again in that front knee. Legs do not change here. And back, exhale, side angle. Left arm comes up and over. Inhale, right arm that's resting is going to meet parallel to that top arm. Adding some power here. And exhale, frame that front foot. Step back, high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Left side, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, ab series here. Really making sure you find cat in that back. Drawing that knee close to your nose. Bring that knee over to the left elbow. Swing it over to the right. Swing it over to the left. Swing it over to the right. One last time. Over to the left. And over to the right. All right. Bring it back to three-legged dog. Shake it out. Inhale. Square those hips. And exhale. Step it through between the hands. Inhale. Crescent lunge on the left side. Deep bend in that front leg. Toes are straight. Knees are in that same line. Firing up the back side of that back leg through the heel. Slight tuck of the pelvis. Arms are strong, extended towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, lengthen. And exhale, baby back bend. Cactus those arms. Lifting the chest. And inhale back up to crescent lunge. And exhale, pivot that back foot. Coming into warrior two. Again, here, a knife edge of their foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Nice straight line with your toe and your knee. Arms are extended wide, parallel to the earth. And the gaze looks over that front left middle finger. Hanging out here, just breathing. Getting your body used to our moving meditation. Now on your next inhale, we're going to flip that front palm. Reverse your warrior. Left arm comes up and over. Right arm could rest on the shin. Maintaining that deep bend in that front leg. And exhale, coming into side angle. Left elbow rests on that left knee. Right arm up and over. Option for half bind, for full bind. Staying here for just a little longer. All right, on your next inhale, we're going to reverse your warrior again. Dancing warrior. Left arm comes up and over. Same integrity in those legs. And exhale, side angle. Right arm comes over. Left arm that's resting. Inhale, reaches parallel to that top arm. Adding some power. And exhale, frame that front foot, low lunge. Step back, high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and do that same sequence, breath to movement, on each side. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through between the hands, skipping abs. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, baby back bend, cactus those arms. Inhale, back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two on the right side. Pivot that foot back. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Right arm comes up and over. And exhale, swinging that left arm up and over. Inhale, right arm comes up and over, reverse your warrior. And exhale, back to side angle. Inhale, right arm hovers and reaches over, parallel to the top. And exhale, plant the hands, framing the foot. Step back, high plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. All right, left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge on the left side. Exhale, back bend, cactus those arms. Inhale, back to crescent. And exhale, pivot that back foot, warrior two. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, left arm, parallel to the top. And exhale, frame the front foot, step back, go through your vinyasa. Beautiful. Meeting now in downward facing dog, a cleansing breath, inhale. And audible exhale. Let it all out. All right, we're gonna now come into a child's pose. Knees drop, mat width distance, extending the arms out through the fingertips, resting that forehead on the ground. Taking a small little breather here, connecting back to our breath. All right, now we are actually going to take this time to come up out of child's pose, standing, and we are going to break down our peak pose for today's class. So our peak pose exploration is going to be eagle pose. So we're going to go over eagle step by step so that you have a more smooth transition as we add on to our sequence today. So eagle pose, it's like a pretzel. There's a lot going on in eagle. So let's break it down. The first thing is similar to a mountain pose. We're just going to go into mountain. So your feet are about hip width distance or about a fist or two. Very stable, plugging into the earth, really grounding through all four corners of your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up, Tadasana. Our happy place, very familiar. And then we're going to sink the sit bones back into a chair pose, Utkatasana. So as you see in chair pose, the sit bones are really reaching backwards and down, making sure that your tailbone is tucked. So in Utkatasana, where arms are going to come up parallel to the ground. So again, making sure that your knees are not shifting over. You're really rooted through all four corners of the feet, feeling very stable here. Arms are extended parallel to the earth. And then we're gonna do right side first. So with the right leg going over, not there yet, that means the right arm comes under. So your left arm is gonna cross over your right, like so. And then you're gonna bend at the elbows, like an X. And then your left foot is your base. Your right leg is going to cross over. And if this is very difficult and you don't feel stable, your foot there can just hit the ground. This might be eagle today. This right here. And that's beautiful. Trust the process. This is where aparigraha is working its magic. If you want to take it another level, go ahead and continue to wrap those arms around until you can find your palms coming to touch. And then if you can sink your hips a little bit deeper, actually the deeper you sit in your chair, the easier it is to wrap your leg around. So maybe you could even take that foot and wrap it around that ankle, for a double wrap. And then maybe where your elbows are, you can bring it up where your shoulders are. Maybe you could even take your forearms and push them forward and even bring your torso forward into a sleeping eagle. So there's a lot of layers to eagle. Do what feels right for you. I think the key here is really making sure that you have your alignment down, bringing awareness to your belly and your ribs, making sure that they're not sprayed out. It's very much a rooting pose where you feel very solid from the crown of your head down to your feet. So when you're in this position in eagle, where we're in Utkatasana, the left arm is over and we're crossed up in X, and you're bringing your right leg over, you start to notice that this left hip crease starts to kind of go up, and your body starts to compensate and do these things to keep you aligned. So the challenge here is to really make sure if that left shoulder is back, how can we bring it forward? If this left hip crease is coming up, how can we draw it back so that we can find that alignment? So we're now going to do on the other side so you can feel a little bit more comfortable with the left side. So again, let's shake it out. Breathe. Coming into a comfortable distance in the feet, about a hip width distance. Inhale, reach those arms up, Tadasana. And exhale, coming into a chair pose, Utkatasana. And from here, your arms again are going to be parallel to the earth. Right leg is now your base, just to remind you there, but we'll do the arms first. So since the left leg is going to go over, the left arm goes under the right arm. So the right arm crosses over the left, bending at the elbows into an X. Then your left leg is going to cross over the right, and it just might be right here. As you can see, this is very challenging for me too. And what's happening here? My right hip crease is starting to go upwards. How can I draw it in? My left shoulder starts to go this way. How can I draw it back? And then maybe you can continue to wrap those arms around to meet the palms, sinking your chair a little deeper, wrapping that foot around the ankle. And maybe bringing those elbows up to meet your shoulder and the forearms away from your face. And maybe bowing forward a little bit. All right, shake it out. Woo! All right, so that was eagle pose. We took a moment just to break it down. Trust the process. Do what feels right for your body. Don't force anything and hurt yourself. So definitely listen to your body. Do what's best for you. So when you're ready, we're going to now meet in a downward facing dog. So meet me in downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here in downward dog. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge on the right side. Exhale, back bend, cactus those arms. Inhale, back up crescent. And exhale, warrior two, pivot that back foot. Right side, warrior two. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. And exhale, side angle, left arm over. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, right arm comes to meet parallel to the top. And exhale, framing that front foot. We are moving on now, not going to vinyasa yet. So you are in a low lunge position here. We're going to lunge forward into a standing split. Right foot is your base. Standing split. Let's talk about standing split for a second. If I open up my hip, I can kind of look like I'm doing the splits, but standing split is all about squaring those hips parallel to the mat. So your right hip crease is drawing back as your left hip crease draws forward. It's very different. Flexing that back foot, Power to the back of the leg. Inhale, can you reach your heel a little higher? And exhale, forward fold. Feet meet in front of you. Uttanasana. Whew, let it all go. On our next inhale, we're going to meet into chair pose. Sinking the sit bones back, arms extended towards the ceiling. And then now coming into our peak pose, eagle. Arms are now parallel to the earth. Left leg over the right. Left hand under the right. So right arm crosses over the left. Bending at the elbows. Continuing to wrap where your palms meet. And seeing if you can also double wrap by bending that knee even more. Pushing the sit bones back. Couple breaths here for balance challenge. And unravel. Bring it back up. Tadasana. Beautiful. And exhale. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale. Flat back. Halfway lift. And exhale. Go through your vinyasa. Plant the hands. Step back. Meeting downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge on the left side, squaring those hips. Exhale, back bend, cactus those arms. Inhale, back up, crescent. Exhale, pivot that back foot, warrior two. Inhale, flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, left arm reaches up, parallel. And exhale, frame that front foot. On your next inhale, lunging forward onto the left. Standing split. Flex that foot. Really try to draw that chest towards that standing leg. Squaring those hips, drawing that right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, can you reach that heel a little higher? And exhale, toes come to touch. Forward fold, let it all go. Inhale, chair pose. Arms extend, sit bones come back. Moving into eagle on the left side. Arms come parallel to the earth. Right leg crosses over the left. Left arm crosses over the right. Bending at the elbows. Seeing if you can wrap those arms together. Meeting at the palms. Can you bend that left leg a little deeper and wrap that foot around the ankle? Bringing your elbows a little higher towards those shoulders. One more breath. And unravel. Exhale. Arms extend towards the ceiling. Mountain pose. Let it all out. And exhale. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale. Halfway lift. And exhale. Plant the hands. Step back. Move through your flow. Meeting in downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to go through that whole sequence one more time on each side. Breath to movement this time. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge on the right side. Exhale, back bend, cactus those arms, lift the chest. Inhale, back up, crescent. Exhale, pivot that back foot, warrior two, deep bend in that front knee. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, right arm comes to meet the left. Exhale, frame that front foot. Inhale, standing split. Left leg lifts. And exhale, forward fold, feet meet. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Coming into eagle now, walking you through it. So left leg is going to come over to the right. Left arm is under the right. So the right crosses over the left arm, bending at the elbows, wrapping those arms together. Deep bend in that standing leg, trying to wrap that foot around the ankle. Woo, this is hard. Another inhale. And exhale, bring it back to Tadasana, mountain pose. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Go through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, back bend, cactus the arms, reaching. Inhale, back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two on the left side. Pivot that back foot. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, left arm meets the right. And exhale, frame that front foot. Inhale, lunging forward, standing split. And exhale, forward fold, feet meet. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Coming into eagle on the left side, left leg is your base. Arms are parallel. Right arm is under the left, so the left arm crosses over. Right leg crosses over the left. Bending at the elbows, continuing to wrap those forearms where the palms meet. Can you put a deeper bend in that standing left leg? Right foot comes for a double wrap around the ankle. Elbows are trying to push up. Another deep breath. And unravel. Inhale, arms extend wide, reaching Tadasana. Woo! And exhale, diving forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, plant the hands, step back. Go through your vinyasa. Beautiful work. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot comes on the outside of the right hand. Go ahead. So making sure that your hands are on the inside of that right foot. Gently place that back knee down, untuck the toes. Coming into your version of lizard pose. So your hands can be up on the mat or on your forearms or extended wide. Another option to reach for that back foot with your right hand for a quad stretch. Spiraling the heart towards the ceiling. And meeting back on your hands. Step back into high plank. Inhale, plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it on the outside of your left hand. Drop the knee, untuck the toes. Come into your version of lizard on your hands or on your forearms. And then another option to grab your foot with your left hand. Right hand is your base. And meeting back on our hands, step back into plank position and back into downward facing dog. Whew. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, sweep it through, bending at the knee into half pigeon. Setting up for half pigeon, so making sure that your shin is working its way towards being parallel to the mat. I actually don't have that flexibility, but if you do, that's the best version. Flexing that front foot to protect your knee. Inhale, really making sure you're lengthening through the spine, reaching very tall. And exhale, surrendering into your half pigeon, either on the forearms or arms extended through the fingertips. Whatever feels good for you. Couple more breaths here. All right, coming back onto the palms, tucking that back toe, reaching up, three-legged dog on the right side. Shake it out. Get some blood flowing back into those thighs. And placing it back down, meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, sweep it through, bending at the knee. Half pigeon on the left side. Again, squaring those hips, sitting up nice and tall, extending those arms all the way up. And exhale, sinking into your half pigeon on the left. Don't forget to breathe. All right, coming back onto those palms, stepping back into a plank position. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. Inhale, look up at the top of your mat. Exhale, coming into a malasana, yogi squat. So feet are a comfortable width, and your hands are in prayer, and you're really using the leverage of your elbows to extend those knees apart, sitting up nice and tall for a nice groin stretch. Malasana. And then go ahead and plop down onto your booty, doing some floor stretches now. Go ahead and extend those legs apart, coming into a wide-legged seated straddle, flexing at the feet. Inhale, arms reach up. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms towards the ceiling. Inhale, extending through the spine, sitting up nice and tall. And exhale, right hand comes to meet your right foot, making sure that you're spiraling your chest towards the ceiling as you bring that left arm up and over. So the chest is not facing your knee, the chest is actually opening towards the ceiling. Making sure you're rooting through your sit bones. Inhale back up to center. And exhale, dropping that left hand onto the left side. Shining that heart towards the ceiling. Right arm reaches up and over, long to the side body. And breathe. And inhale back up. Bringing the legs now together. Coming into a forward fold, the Uttanasana, seated. Inhale again, reaching the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Bringing that nose towards your knees. Feel free to curve the spine here. It doesn't have to be active in the back. Beautiful. All right, inhale back up. Now coming onto our backs now. So go ahead and lay all the way down to the ground. We're gonna do a bridge pose. So your knees are bent, heels are about a few inches away from your sit bones. And we're going to just gently place our hands along our side body and draw the hips up towards the ceiling. Really making sure you're engaging those glutes and those hamstrings, drawing them towards the ceiling. Inhale a little bit higher. And exhale, bring it all the way down. We're going to do that 2 more times, bridge pose. Inhale, draw the hips towards the ceiling. Engaging those glutes. On your next inhale, coming up a little bit higher. And exhale, bring it back down to the ground. All right, last time. Inhale, drawing the hips forward towards the ceiling. Engaging those glutes, bring it up just a little higher. And exhale, all the way back down. All right, so now we are going to take the right leg and extend it up towards the ceiling so the foot is facing the ceiling. We're going to do some more hamstring stretches. So both your arms come and wrap around either your thigh. That might just feel intense for you, flexing that foot on top, or towards the calf, or towards the feet. Whatever feels like a comfortable sensation to you, choose your option. And then we're going to take that leg as it's facing towards you, the toes flexed. We're just going to slowly move it over to the left side. So you feel a nice IT stretch, flexing that foot. And bring it back to center. Go ahead and bring that foot down, the right foot down, left side, left leg extends up, flexing the foot. Arms can come around the thigh or the calf or the feet. And just breathing. If you have tight hamstrings, it's really great to do this stretch on your bed with like a strap or a towel, because you can kind of rest all the other parts of your body and really focus on opening up the hamstrings. Sometimes it's not as accessible when you're standing. All right, taking that same leg and shifting it over to the right a little bit, as much as you need to start to feel a little bit of that stretch on the IT. Ooh, I'm tight, shaking. Another deep breath. And exhale, bring that foot back down to the ground. All right, so now we're going to make our way into a plow. So the legs come up off the ground, shifting above your hips. And then with a little bit of momentum kicking up and down, go ahead, and also your palms are on the ground. Go ahead and get those legs over your head, your knee, for plow. So it's chin to chest, extreme cat back right here. Toes could be touching the floor on top of your head. Arms are extended. And just breathe, watching your belly button puff up and down. Cleansing stretch. And slowly roll your body down towards the ground. And then let your leg hang down all the way to the mat. We're going to go ahead and grab the right knee. So right knee comes towards the chest. Inhale, squeezing that right knee towards your right rib cage. And exhale, drawing that left knee across the body. Arms open up to a big T. Gazes towards that right hand. This relaxing floor stretch. Don't forget to breathe. On every exhale, make sure that you're sinking a little bit deeper as you clear out all the residual air. And bring both knees back into your chest, rocking side to side, massaging the lower back. Left leg now, so the right leg comes down to the mat, bending the left knee, bringing it towards your left rib cage, hugging it there. Inhale, squeeze a little tighter. And exhale, left knee draws over the right side of the body. Arms come out in a big T. Gaze is towards that left palm. And then slowly coming in, hugging your knees one last time. Shaking out that lower back. And then gently make your way into Shavasana. Final resting pose. Feet can be spread wide open, arms are out next to the side body, palms are facing the ceiling. Surrendering into our last pose. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring life back into the body. And gently, when you're ready, move over to a fetal position on either the left or right side, resting your head on your arm. And reflect on how you feel at this moment compared to when you first got onto your mat. Gently make your way into a comfortable seated position. Inhale, arms reach up, palms come to touch, bringing them to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Closing the eyes as we seal our practice together. I'd like to say a quote from Krishna on Aparigraha. Let your concern be with action alone and never with the fruits of action. Do not let the results of your action be your motive, and do not be attached to inaction. The light in the student and teacher in me bows and respects the same light, beauty, truth, and peace in each and every one of you. Namaste.